Good morning. Hey, everyone. Bella's over there barking her brains out. How's everyone doing? Happy Sunday to you. Woo! Super excited about going live with you today. We're going to sit back and have a little bit of a chat, and Bella's going to be part of it. So, good morning, Nancy. That's my mom, and for all of you that will be joining in later, good morning. Happy Sunday to you. I want to take a moment right here, right now, and dedicate this next 10-15 minutes to Louise Hay, the master herself. You know, many of you know Louise Hay. She literally saved my life. So Louise Hay, I was already deep into personal growth when I found Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life. Have any of you read it? Hey, Dean. Hey, Jackie. How's it going? Thanks for being on, you guys. Who's read Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life? Right? And I got that book about 15 years ago. No. Wait a minute. Let's say about 20 years ago now. Time flies when you're having fun, right? And I was diagnosed with what I was told was something that was quote unquote incurable by this doctor. And I was very upset. And yes, this doctor wanted to do surgery. This is just a brief story about Louise Hay and how she literally saved my life. And my girlfriend, one of the girls that worked in my organization, said to me, "Oh, Rhonda, that doctor doesn't know what he's talking about. What he means is that he can't save you or heal you, but you can." And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And she's like, well, yeah. She's like, our body is designed to heal thyself. Think about it, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And she said, listen, I want you to read this book by Louise Hay. It's called You Can Heal Your Life. And I want you to get on this naturopathic protocol for this situation you're dealing with. And I'm telling you what, that's what happened. I read her book. I devoured her book. It was literally, I read it and listened to Louise Hay for years and years and years and years to reprogram my brain, right? To reprogram my subconscious into a more positive, more empowered, more enlightened, more available state of mind. And I just wanted to give a shout out to all of you that are on today. Here's to you and your state of mind. Here's to you and you co-creating the life that you dream of. And thanks for being here with me. A few weeks ago, I started on this journey with you because I was going through this massive upheaval in my life. My dog was in intensive care. My little baby Bella, and she's running around. I'll grab her in a second. And that was such a wake-up call for me to get back to my spiritual practice, to get back to my belief system that I know that brings me peace of mind, right? Because the magic, if I'll say the magic, I'll say the secret. The secret, right? The magic, the secret is how we feel. And so I've been talking a lot about that and just really, really being in deep gratitude for all of my feelings, right? All of them, right? How are you guys doing? Are you using your mantra? I want to give a shout out for a couple people that reached out to me, and some people have messaged me, some people have phone called me and thanked me for these live broadcasts. And I'm so grateful that you did, because your stories matter. This is me paying it forward, and this is me continuing to grow, right, into my own reality of what it is I want to co-create, what it is I want to heal, what it is I want to overcome, what it is I want to do, be, have, give, share, right? So thank you for being on. Let's dive into this. Today, I want to talk about surrender, because I was having dinner with some good friends of mine last week in San Diego. I drove down to San Diego last week to take Bella to her doctor. She's doing great, by the way. And I was sitting there talking to a friend of mine, Lynn, and I was like, Lynn, it's just so amazing how every single time the shit hits the fan, right? What does that mean? That means stuff happens that we don't want. Stuff happens that we don't expect, right? And every single time for me on the other side of that is amazing gifts, amazing life-transforming lessons and gifts, right? And so Lynn says to me, she says, well, Rhonda, she says, of course you get that, because you know how to surrender. And I was like, oh my gosh. So thank you, Dean. Thanks for shouting out about Bella. So surrender, she says, of course you get that, because you know how to surrender. And I was like, Wow, wait a minute. Let me just think about this. Let's think about this for a second. So a few weeks ago, maybe 3 now, we started on this journey together of being in deep gratitude and understanding that gratitude is always the way up, right? And we understand that our attitude is always going to determine our altitude. Hey, Tina, welcome. Our attitude is always going to determine our altitude. And guess what? We get to choose our attitude. But it doesn't mean, and my friend Dean, who's a psychotherapist, will really appreciate me saying this, it doesn't mean that I don't have feelings, right? It doesn't mean that I'm not sad. It doesn't mean that I'm not angry. It doesn't mean that I'm not worried. But what it means is that when those feelings arise, they are a gift, right? This is what we've been talking about, right? They are a gift. And so what have I been doing? So I'm driving around or whatever, I'm going through my day, and the next thing you know, I'm stressed out about Bella. For me, it's been Bella, but it could be for you finances. It could be your relationship. I certainly have those stresses at times as well. Anything that is bringing us any angst in our body, in our feeling, right? And a lot of times it just pops up and you don't even know what it's about, right? But it's just there, that feeling of angst. And so learning to really appreciate that feeling and thank it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's say I'm feeling worry. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing me that I'm focusing in on and therefore creating that which I do not desire, right? That is the gift of the feeling. We wouldn't feel upset. We wouldn't feel bad. We wouldn't feel sad. We wouldn't feel angst. We wouldn't feel worried if we weren't off in the future thinking about some reality that hasn't even happened yet, right? Or maybe it is happening and we're upset about it, right? So if we can be in gratitude about the feelings, it's going to lift us because the feelings are showing us that we're focusing in on that what we don't want. So let's say something is really happening that you really don't want, right? And then now what, right? Now what do you do? Well, this is the gift of surrender. And I tell you what, it's a very, very, very powerful experience. Hey, Jeff, thanks for being on. Who's surrendered into something before? You could think about yoga, right? If you're in yoga and you're in a yoga pose and you hit the edge of that pose, right? And it's your muscles are not going to go any further, right? If you want to go further, do you push or do you take a deep breath and let go? Try it. Trust me, you're going to find out that you push and you're not going to go any further. You're going to get stuck and probably even injured, right? And it's the same thing in your life. It's the same thing that's going on. So really learning how to surrender. I'll give you an example of the moment that I got into surrender with Bella when she was in the emergency room. She was in intensive care, and there were 5 days of her being very, very sick, and then 4 days where she was in the hospital. And I remember I was holding her and I was praying over her, and I was constantly speaking words of healing and gratitude and safety and just telling her that everything was healed. She was perfectly fine. She was loved. She could just relax. The healing had already happened. She's healthy. She's vibrant. Her body knows how to heal itself. She doesn't have, right? So I'm just speaking words of affirmation over her, right? And the moment where I realize that the surrender, so how did I surrender in that? I surrendered to all possibilities, right? Someone was on my Facebook page earlier and he said, this or something better. Who was on? This or something better, right? So I surrendered with Bella and I said, here's the deal. I want you here, right? I want you here so badly. And I want you to know that I'm okay if you're not here. And I think that's a big part of being able to surrender into the situations that are happening in our lives is self-love, self-confidence, self-nurturing, right? The ability to take care of ourselves no matter what is happening, right? And so I surrendered in that moment to Bella's highest and best good, right? So if she decided to leave or if she ended up dying, right? Then I knew that that was the highest and best good. Did I want it? No, gosh, no, I would be so sad, right? But I knew that was the highest and best good. Now let's talk about my bank account, right? When I was healing my bank account, So when I was riddled with debt, right? I was riddled with credit card debt. I was living beyond my means, and I didn't have an ability to shift it quite yet, right? And it was piling and piling and piling, and there was all this stress in my life. The surrender is in the gratitude for what is there, right? What is there? Has anyone seen the movie? Oh my gosh, have you guys seen the movie? I just watched it last night with my mom, A Dog's Purpose. Has anyone seen that? If you have, give a shout out. I see you guys are on. Unfortunately, I can't see your comments. I'm sorry. I'll figure out how to do that. But the movie is A Dog's Purpose. And it's just so amazing because, you know, he goes through this dog, and this dog has all these different reincarnations, and he's trying to figure out what his purpose is, right? And his purpose is, oh, Bella knows, his purpose is be here now, right? And so think about for a second, gratitude. And by the way, if you want some work on gratitude, this book right here, let me see if I get it to go up there. Actually, you know what I'll do? Do me a favor. This book right here, Magic by Rhonda Byrne, game changer, game changer. And it's great because it's a little read every day, and then you do a little work every day, and it doesn't take a lot of time. And you want to see your life absolutely blow up. You want to see your relationships get better, your bank account get better, your body get better. You want to see your job get better. You want to see a situation get better. This is all about gratitude, right? And so I was riddled with debt. And Louise Hay, let's get back to Louise Hay. She's my teacher. You can heal your life. When I used her processes to heal my body, which I healed, I thought to myself, oh my gosh, if I can heal my body, I can heal my bank account. It's the same process, you guys. It's not any different. It's a matter of where we put our energy, where we put our focus, what our conscious and unconscious beliefs are. So my bank account was riddled with disease, right? My bank account was a mess, and I had to transform that. And the first thing, be here now, is get into gratitude for what is. Okay, so into gratitude for what is means every dime that you experience, you are grateful for. Deeply grateful for, right? Deeply grateful for. And then you can begin to receive more, right? And so Louise Hay has been such a great teacher for me. I wanted to come on here. 20 years ago, I used her work to really heal my body. Then I used her work to heal my bank account. And I've been on this journey and really understanding that in the surrender, you guys, surrender can be such a weird word, right? Because it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to surrender, because then you feel like maybe you're not receiving. Hey Pierre, welcome. Hey Lenny, hi. So surrender is something that can feel weird. But I promise you this. It's in the surrender that you are going to receive everything that you're wanting. It's in the gratitude for what is that you are going to receive everything that you're wanting. I was in deep, deep, deep gratitude for Bella's illness. Very quickly, very, very quickly. For I knew that I may not know in that moment, and I might not even know in the future, but I knew that the gifts would present themselves. I knew that no matter what was happening, that good was here and good was coming. I knew it. It might not look pretty, but I knew that I would be growing. I knew that I would be expanding. I knew that I would be opening. I knew that I would be learning something new. And it's in that surrender that I am able to receive it. Does that make any sense? Does it seem weird? Does it seem challenging to you guys to be able to do the surrender? This or something better? I guess it's a matter of faith. It's a matter of faith. It's a matter of knowing that no matter what happens, it's just going to be a different set of experiences. And we can choose peace, we can choose happiness, we can choose gratitude in every single moment. And as we choose those things, we get to go up, 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 up in our vibration. And as we go up, up, up in our vibration, right, we receive. We have to. We can't not receive, right? So what are you working through? This is what I'm going to do. I have this book, The Magic. I bought like 7 copies of it. I've been sending them out to all my friends. Take a moment, share this live on your wall. Maybe say something about something that's happening for you. That's what I want to know about. What are you surrendering to? What are you in deep gratitude for right now? what are you up against that you can just absolutely say, thank you, thank you, thank you for this. I know it's going to bring me gifts. I may not know what they are right now, but I know it's going to bring me gifts. I'll give you another quick story. If you share this, I'm going to do a drawing and I'm going to send a book out to someone and we can keep going together. I want to give you one more story. I don't know if you remember my live. It was a few months ago, but I was living in a house down the hill. And I liked that house. It was a lovely house. It had a beautiful view of the marina and the wetlands, and it was so nice. And all of a sudden I got black mold and I had to move out, and I was homeless for 3 months, and it was really crazy, right? I was like, I want to be in my house. And I didn't surrender. I was fighting it. I was fighting with the landlord. I was fighting. I was just trying to get everything done, right? Didn't surrender. And I did. And here I am, by the way, mind you, staying in a 5-star hotel in Marina del Rey, and I'm fighting it, right? I have this pool, I have this hot tub, I have room service, I got the 5-star restaurant downstairs. I mean, it was like the best. I had bicycles at my disposal. Bella was with me. Life was beautiful. But I was so upset, right? Because this wasn't happening and that wasn't happening, and oh my gosh, and now all my furniture's been exposed to mold, and oh my gosh, and now I can't get my insurance had lapsed somehow, and I was upset about that. How did that happen? And oh, they didn't renew it and they were supposed to. Oh my gosh. And so, right, I was in blame, I was in judgment, I was in criticism, I was in just, right? Here's the story. I wake up one day in my beautiful hotel in Marina del Rey, overlooking the marina and all the beautiful yachts and boats and gorgeousness. And I wake up, I'm like, no. You know better than this. Let's get back to feeling good. Let's get into gratitude. Enough of this already. This is ridiculous. Gratitude. Now, mind you, up until that moment, I was looking every day. Every day I was looking for a house. Every day I was looking for a house to buy. I was going to buy a house, for goodness sakes, or buy one, rent one. I didn't care. Please just help me find a home, right? But I was not in gratitude. I was in resistance. What are you resisting? Something you're resisting? What if you surrender and trust and have faith that even though this thing is happening that you're resisting, something amazing is coming? Doesn't it always happen? I mean, eventually something amazing comes, right? I mean, please, this too shall pass. Even if it's an incurable, quote unquote, disease, we can get to a place of being grateful for it. We can get to a place of surrendering. We can get to a place of gratitude if we choose. So I surrendered that morning and I said, that's it. I'm going back to gratitude. Life is amazing. This is incredible. I love this. Look where I am. Look what's going on. I'm going to go for a bike ride. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I just got all blissed out, remembering how amazing my life is, how many great, amazing people I have in my life that love me and that I love, and where I live. And I just got into deep gratitude for everything. I literally turned on my computer that morning to go back online to look for a house, to buy, to rent, and this house right here showed up, this one. And this is my dream house. This is the house that I've dreamt of living in my whole life. I can walk down to the beach. I got the view of the mountains, the ocean, the marina, the wetlands. It's the most beautiful view I've ever seen. I would sit in my old house and I would look up the hill where this house is. And there's a bunch of houses on the hill. And I would say, I'm going to live there someday, right? And hello, as soon as I surrendered, as soon as I got back into gratitude, as soon as I did that, seconds later, my dream house showed up. So that's a lot for you guys. You know, I know that some of you are really good at this. I know that some of you are just now starting to understand this. I know that some of you are not so good at it, and you know you're not good at it, but here's what I got to say. You can get good at it. And I think that the last thing I want to leave you guys with this morning, and I hope this is helpful for you, is personal growth and development has been my greatest focus of my life. And for me, that's meant I read constantly. I go to seminars constantly. I listen to positive things and educational things constantly. I practice gratitude. I practice my spirituality. I practice my prayers, my meditation. And the greatest thing that I think I do, though, of all those things, and I think all those things are super important, is every single night as I'm falling asleep, I listen to an affirmational type of CD, something that's going to put positive thoughts into my brain as I fall asleep. And my favorite one is by, of course, the beautiful Louise Hay. And she's got an app. Let me show it to you real fast, because apps are great. And hers is called, this is from Supermind Apps. All you got to do is go on the App Store and type in Louise Hay meditation, okay? And it was great because there's going to be a series of meditations on there. And of course, a couple of them are free and a couple of them you can pay for. How nice it is that you can pay for her work. You can get them for free on YouTube. Of course, you can listen to these same affirmations for free. Someone probably uploaded them on YouTube. I like to honor, $2, $3, whatever, to the person who did it. And I listen to these, and I really believe, when I was healing my body, this began. When my heart has been broken, this was something I would do. When I had any type of a loss in my life or any type of challenge in my life, I would really buckle down. And most of my life, I listen to an audio every single night as I'm falling asleep. And that audio is telling me that I am worthy, that I am good enough, that I am healthy, that I am whole, that I am complete, right? And those are things that I need to program in my brain, right? And as I love myself, and as I trust myself, and as I am there for myself, and you too, and as I learn to surrender and let go, magic happens, right? So that's the message today. We're going to take off. We're going to go. It's hot here. Are you guys hot? I'm so happy you were on. And Michael, hi. Lenny, thank you so much. Your stories are so important to me, and please send them to me. Please share this live. I want to send this book out to someone today. And just know that wherever you are, whatever you're dealing with, honestly, there are gifts in it. And if you open to that possibility, if you decide to make that your possibility, I promise you, you will receive those gifts. And in receiving those gifts, you're going to keep evolving yourself to the next level of your evolution in this lifetime. So let's see, we got Louise Hay gratitude. We got gratitude for you and in your story and your journey. We've got gratitude for my story and my journey. And we're going to get out there today and make it an awesome Sunday. Have a great Labor Day weekend, you guys. I will be back here next Sunday. We'll share more stories. Keep with your mantras. Whenever you're feeling anything other than happiness and peace, stay with that mantra. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing me I am focusing in on and therefore creating that which I do not desire. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's the mantra whenever you're feeling anything other than happiness and peace and joy. And then you can start to shift your focus onto that which you do desire, that which you do desire. You can get focused on that, and then you can surrender in the knowing that it's already done and that your highest outcome is already happening, and it might even be very different than that thing that you're focusing on, but it's going to be exactly what you need. Can you trust that? Can you surrender into that? It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. All right, you guys, I love you. Have a great Sunday. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.